Have you ever talked to a tree? Has it ever talked back? What if it did? The beliefs we now call animism are likely among history's oldest and ask the exact same questions we do today. The word animism, however, is much younger. It is coined in 1871 by the English anthropologist Edward Burnett Tylor as a way to describe religions he believes follow the idea that everything natural has personhood or a soul. Natural can mean river or speech, something made of earth, even indirectly, but up to a point. For example, a pot made of clay and from a person who could be also considered soulful would then make that pot of clay soulful, therefore have agency. Personhood is defined more broadly as something with agency, communication, and or relationships. Keeping in mind this is a definition that is organic and changes depending on who is practicing it. Even today, scholars disagree about whether animism is best understood as religion, a category of worldviews, or an anthropological label. But still, being one of the oldest, if not the oldest beliefs ever, we can wonder and look at more modern versions for what could be a glimpse into the past. We just have to hope history rhymes enough. The definition from the introduction was negative, but now what is called new animism has been adopted and used inversely. Some groups that were considered to believe or practice animism were misunderstood indigenous tribes that were lumped together for ease of classification. Sadly, this classification was normally primitive or underdeveloped. To take advantage of these groups as legally as possible, these labels had to be put on them. For example, totemism would be classified under animism during this time. Postmodern animism has taken on yet another variation of the system. This quote explains it a little bit. Hunter-gatherers do not, as a rule, approach their environment as an external world of nature that has to be grasped intellectually. Indeed, the separation of mind and nature has no place in their thought and practice. That was from Tin Ingold. There is also now room for a convergence of animism and shamanism, where you can become an animistic shaman. Historians still disagree whether or not animism is a singular religion or a belief, if it's a category of worldviews even. They also debate on the ethics of using anything other than yourself then. If a river did not want to be drank from, how could it tell you? How would you know? Would you still drink from it? Since the belief is so individual, all of these answers will be different depending on who you ask, including the Mother Earth question. If there is one, if they believe in one, if there is one essence or divine being other than just the soul, as everyone has. Originally, it was understood the belief did not have any one divine being with a soul. It is a divine being. But there are some who also believe in a higher energy or essence that connects us all. This bleeds over into fetishism. 19th century anthropologists used the term fetishism, which I was trying to avoid saying, to describe beliefs that certain objects possessed extraordinary spiritual power through arbitrary or due to an individual factor. Today, that term is used much less often, and many scholars prefer more specific descriptions because the older terminology carried colonial assumptions. These people talk to the earth. But who could talk for the earth when the people did not want to listen? Tune in next time to the Citra Archives to find out. Thank you for walking with me.